Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. I have the camera facing this way because for today's activity, it works out a lot better. So we've been talking about fertilizer. So yesterday we kind of went over the safety of fertilizer and why it's important to wear your PPE, especially with anhydrous ammonia, probably one of the most dangerous chemicals on a farm, because it can literally just kill you, and it won't take very long because what it basically does is burn your lungs. So today we are going to be doing, I actually have done the experiment. You guys are just going to take some random note differences, then share them with me. So I have two sets of plants here. I have flowers, so here, and then over here I have bean plants growing. All right, so what I have done here is one has been fed with some type of fertilizer mixture, and the other one is just water. So yes, you can grow plants in water. Well, there is a little soil tube thing right here that these are. Eventually, these are starting to outgrow these, so eventually these plants are going to get moved. Once I'm done with this experiment, it's going to get moved into pots so that they can grow. Otherwise, if you don't enlarge their growing containers, the plants will stop growing. All right, so I have two plants. The X mark is the fertilizer plant, and if there is no mark, it's just plain water. Same thing over here. This bean plant is being fertilized. This bean plant is not. They're both getting the same treat. Both sets of plants are getting the same treatment. So if I water one, I water the other one. They both get the same amount of water, and they both sets gets the same amount of sunlight, so that the experiment is valid. All right, so let's talk about this flower plant first here. So we got two plants. So what I would like you to do is note the differences between the fertilizer plant and just the normal water plant. If you just want to, on your notes, write down, for example, do one side, like fertilizer. Can't really do it in this plant. For example, this plant actually is a little bit taller, this plant over here, but you're going to notice when I go, I'm going from different angles today. If you look at the two plants, believe it or not, I don't know how well the lighting is showing up on your end. Look at how much fuller this fertilizer plant is versus this plant right here. Okay, so that's a difference. Other things you can notice, check out color. Okay, if you could see it here, you can't really see it on this one, but again, if I can zoom in a little bit here, look at how dark and rich those leaves are versus this one over here that's getting nothing. If you honestly want to look, which plant looks a little bit more healthier, that's something that you can certainly see. You're going to see some more differences over in the bean plants with the two fertilizer plants. So what are some differences you are seeing in the two plants? And share those with me through Canvas or email. All right, so let's go over to the bean plants here. So these are bean plants. So this is the non-water. I'm going to try to get the two. What do you notice about the two bean plants? Remember, this right here, just water. This one here is getting fertilizer. What do you notice about the two plants here? If I zoom in on just the water, what are you noticing here? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the one that's getting a fertilizer. Granted, I don't have PPE on, excuse me. It's just because I'm not handling the fertilizer right now. If I was going to handle the fertilizer and actually water, I watered yesterday, so I'm not too concerned. I'm not going to be wearing PPE. Look at the difference here. take a look at let's see if I can get the two together here. What are you noticing here? I'm just going to move them in closer. What are you noticing about, the leaves over here versus the leaves here? Granted, I will say this plant is a lot longer, but what are you noticing about the density or the thickness of the leaves compared to this guy who is getting fertilized? So, all right, let's go back over here. So, what I would like you to do for your assignment for on Thursday is tell me some of why it's important to fertilize, because you can use these as your example, and some of the differences in the flowering plant and in the vegetable plant here with the fertilizer. So, all right.